In this video, we're going to talk about mastering market structure, price action, and confluences to help increase trading accuracy. This is exactly what I do, and it's something that I believe is very powerful. So stay with me because I'm going to walk you through an example here. I'm going to take you through a real world example. But before we get into it, go ahead and like and subscribe. I also operate a free Telegram channel where I'm sharing a lot of my trade analysis, and you can check that out in the description below. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here I'm on my sketch pad here, and I'll just draw some simple market structure so that you can see what I'm looking for and how I draw my zones quickly. So let's just say price is moving down or moving sideways like this here. All right. And then it begins to move down. So what I first do is I look for a zone, and let's just assume we're on the daily chart. Okay. This is the daily. Price tends to respect the daily chart more often than not and these levels. So we'll hop over to the crown here just for simplicity's sake, and we'll draw a zone, a nice big zone like so up here. All right, and I blocked it off so you can see that. Okay, so now that we have a zone right here at the top, we're looking for a price to come up, and we're looking for a rejection out of this zone to go short. All right, let's go ahead and move price forward here so you can see how I would trade this here. All right, let's just say that price starts moving up like so and making these highs, and we get into the zone here. All right, we'll extend our zone just a little bit here, and we'll grab our crown tool again here, and we'll just kind of move this over a bit like so here. Okay, the first thing here is we have price moving into our zone here. All right, what I like to do when price gets to a zone, I don't like to just short the market or take a trade right there. I'm looking for a second confluence, and that is key. That is important when it comes to market structure and price action. So what I see right here is I take the tops of these highs like so, and I mark them off a trend line just like this. All right. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see where price touches here. All right. We get a close touch right here, and then we get a hit right here off that trend line. So when price is moving up, I'm not shorting this prematurely. I'm waiting for the zone, and I'm waiting for price to get near the top of this trend line before I even consider looking for a short trade. Then once I confirm rejection, I then enter into my short. Now you may be asking, how might you confirm rejection? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you a real world example and how I enter trades when I get into a zone, I have a confluence, and then I look for a simple market structure or setup that confirms or lets me know there's a higher probability that the trade will move in that direction. All right, this is pretty simple. This is easy to do. Anyone can do this. You simply just look at the market, you look at the highs, you draw your zones. You can even have a zone down here at the bottom, like so, like this here for this little area that touched off the bottom here. Okay, now let's head over to the charts to take a look at a real world example and how this was executed, or how I actually executed this on a trade. Over here, I have pulled up the NZD JPY pair, and I want to share this with you here. This is the weekly chart just so that you can see where I had drawn my zone. We had some price action right here, so I had a zone drawn, and then we had these highs touching off the zone right in here, if you can see that there. All right, let's pop down to the daily now. As price was pushing up into this area right here, I was looking for a good opportunity to get short, and I actually took two here. So if you take a trend line across the tops of these highs like this, all right, and let's just back price up here for a minute. Let's just bar replay this here. So if you're over here and you have a trend line drawn like this, and you know you're approaching a zone, you're looking for a price to move a bit higher. So as it's moving into this area here, you can see we get close to the top of the trend line here. So now we go into the mode, okay, the conditions are met, we're in a zone, we're touching off the top of the trend line here. I want to know when is a good time, or when would a good time be to enter this market short. Well, there are two ways to do this. One, you could just simply use your eyes for a market structure break, or two, you can use a simple indicator called Pattern Smart that I'm going to share with you here in a minute. All right, the first way, I would drop down to the 1 hour chart, and what I would look for are structure breaks in the market here. And again, this can just be simply used, you can simply use your eyes here and look for lows, one there or one here. So we would look to short the market when we get a market structure break below here, or possibly one below here on this line. Okay, Now, what if you're not good at looking at market structure breaks? Well, I'll pop on the swing indicator here, and that indicator, in case you're interested, is called the Pattern Smart Swing Indicator right here. And if I pop it on the charts, you can just see it pops up right here. The red is the swing high, the blue is the swing low. Now, I'm on the 1 hour charts, so what I'm looking for here is a break of market structure to confirm that we have a higher probability this trade is now coming down. So as we play this forward here, you can see we get it here, and then we might enter a short like so. All right, stop could be above any area here. Could be above this high here. It could be above the last swing high. However you see fit, or however you manage the trade here. And then this one here does play out as we go forward in time. You can see trade is moving, and then we get a bit of a pullback, and then we get some follow through here to where our TP would have been hit. There we go. We just drop out completely. So that was a great trade that I actually took on the NZD JPY. Let me fast forward this further because we do have another opportunity that comes up in this trade. So as we move forward here, we'll pop back over to the daily. And as we continue moving forward here, we'll just go ahead and play this forward. You can see that price does end up coming back up to our area of confluence. If I extend this line out right here, okay, off of these highs, you can see that we eventually get back up into this area and right about there. Do you see that? How we touched right here? So again, once we're now back in the zone, we are touching off this area confluence. So conditions are met for a potential short position. How do we know when they get in? Well, we drop down to our 1 hour. We're looking for that market structure break. And if I zoom in here so you can see that, let's go ahead and get a nice zoom here. There are a couple ways you could enter, again, your eyes, and then of course the tool. You can see these market structure breaks happening right here like so. So you can see, again, there's a couple ways we can do this. We can use the swing tool, which you can see these areas I have circled where price is breaking below here. I circled one here, and then we of course have another one right here, and then another one here. Any one of these areas would have been fine for a short entry on this particular setup, and then the trade, as you know, would have played out. So let's go ahead and move that forward. And there it goes to current market price. There you have it. That is one example. I'm going to share with you one more that I actually took here that's a very similar setup, so I can share with you, or so that you can see just how simple this is. So we'll come down here to GBP AUD. Same setup, and these setups, guys, are everywhere in the market. So you can see here, simple price action off the daily. We have this trend line drawn right here. We have touches happening. We start here, we touch here, we have a short op here, and we actually have one up in this area. So you can see the zone here. These zones are really easy to draw, and they just stick out like a sore thumb. All right, how will we know again to enter these trades? Well, if we drop down to the 1 hour and we come back here to these areas where price was bouncing off, you can see here in this particular area here, we might be looking for market structure break. If we zoom into the trade and we use our eyes, that would have been here. I see one right about here. And if we pop on the indicator, you can see the indicator would have actually gotten you involved in a lot sooner on the first market structure break. If we go further, there was yet another opportunity where you had price having a near miss right here for a possible short, and then you have price up here. What I like about this tool is that when you get when you're looking to zoom in on the lower time frames for a confirmed entry off of a confluence and a zone, you can see that generally speaking, price is not breaking here, okay? Price is not breaking any of these lows right here. As we're pushing up into this area confluence, it's saying, okay, no, it's not time to go yet. No, it's not time to go yet. No, it's not time to go yet here. Not until we finally break right here. So that is a nice confirmation that we can enter a short trade here and then let the probabilities play out. However, that stop will be played up here. If you would have it all the way down here, you're targeting 1R, 2R, whatever the case may be. So the point here I'm making, guys, is that this is powerful in mastering market structure and then looking for confluences and also using price action to confirm your trade entries. For me, it has personally helped increase my accuracy, make me a better trader, and has dramatically improved my trading overall. Here is another quick example of a trade I did take on NZD Chef, only this time it looks a little different. We now have this trend line and price moving down off the daily chart. You can see here it's a beautiful trend line down. I had a zone drawn right here off of this high, and I was looking for price to come back up, and I was looking for it to do something like this. I wanted to see a bounce here, and I wanted it to pull back up and then short. I was looking for a short somewhere in here like this, because I wanted price to make a lower high and as close as possible to this zone here as well. So you can see as price moves forward here, let's go ahead and play it out. We come up, we get really close to the zone here. So now I'm looking for a entry based off of market structure or a break of market structure. One of two ways you could do this, again with your eyes or simply with the Pattern Smart indicator tool. So if we drop down to the 1 hour from here, as price is entering up into this area, and it's okay, guys, if price comes through one of these, if price pops through like this happens all the time. You don't want to be married to these trend lines. This is simply a guide, and that is nothing, and that is it. So let's go ahead and pop on our indicator tool here, and you can see that as we move forward here, price starts to break this level. We can look for a short position here. Perhaps we have a sell order sitting there, and our price and our stop above this high here, and then we just let it go ahead and play out like so. There we go. And then again, however you want to manage the trade, 1R, 2R, whatever the case may be, it is all about probabilities in trading. So there you have it, guys. This is how I trade with confluences and zones. I hope this video has helped you. I do, again, have a free Telegram channel where I'm trading the NAS 100 every single morning off the 5-minute charts. Go ahead and check that out. Make sure you like, comment, ask me any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer. And do subscribe, and thank you for watching.